Okay, it's exciting. New stuff showed up today, new car parts. Totally makes up for having to go back to work after a week and a half off for Christmas. All right, so today my Carbon Miata grill showed up. Finally get to open it. I'm a little concerned that box is dented and bent. Hopefully that's not a problem. Oh, stickers. We got stickers. If that cord shows up in frame, then too bad. I don't know what I'm doing anyway. Do I like what I'm seeing? Oh my. Look at that. That's nice and shiny. Yep, I'm gonna like that. Alright, so that's coming up next. As soon as we get this thing started and the supercharger install finished, then I got a install video of my Carbon Miata grill going in the front bumper here, and I've got a new Stebble air horn to put on because as you know, the factory horn kind of sucks. So exciting stuff, can't wait. Okay, looking at the back side of this bumper, it looks like there are a handful of screws, 6 of them across the top that have to be removed. And there's 2 plastic screws on the ends here that have to come off, and then there are plastic clips all the way around that have to be popped off. And then it looks like this entire factory grill up to here comes out, and then we would just inset the Carbon Miata grill into the bumper. So I'm gonna try and buzz these screws out of here and see what happens. That wasn't terrible. Just pop those clips and the whole plastic frame pops out. Now, I've seen a video online. It's actually on Carbon Miata's website. Links to a YouTube video where someone cut the plastic along here and they just scored it with a utility knife, and they were able to retain this top piece. I suppose you could do that. I'm not sure yet why you would. It would probably firm up the top of the bumper there, maybe a little bit. But I think once it's clipped into place on the car, you're not really going to need it anyway. So I think I'm going to save it. I'd rather not mutilate a factory part if I don't have to. So I'm going to leave it as is and stick the Carbon Miata grill in there and see what it looks like. So that's coming up next. So that just snapped into place pretty easy. There's a little bit of fiddly part on the top here where I had to pay attention to some plastic tabs on the inside of the grill to make sure everything went in the right spot. But yeah, that was the worst of it. This was really pretty straightforward. Just unscrew and unclip the factory grill from the back side, pop it out, just being careful to mind all the clips, and then snap in the Carbon Miata grill. Looks pretty slick. I like it. Now to get it back on the car. Alright, after I got the Carbon Miata grill installed, while I had the front end of the car off, I wanted to get my stubble air horn installed. So I've been working on that here the last day or so. I've just been picking at it kind of in the evenings after work. The weather's taken a change for the worse here. It's pretty cold out here in the garage, so I've only been working an hour or two at a time. So to get this air horn mounted, I went ahead and removed the factory horns. There was one here and another behind the intercooler over here. I pulled those off. In fact, you can see here's the power lead to one of them. The other one is in use for the air horn here now. You know, so there's not a lot of room here behind the intercooler for the air horn to go in its place. So what I ended up doing was mounting it over here next to the supercharger water pump, and I test fitted that behind the bumper cover, and I think that's going to work out pretty nice. So once I got that mounted, then I went ahead and fabricated a little wiring harness here with a relay, and ran that up into the car here, and I mounted the horn relay next to the relay for the supercharger water pump that went right there, and then of course just ran a power lead over to the battery with a fuse in line. I've got the fuse pulled out right now, so I'm going to get that tucked into place and button up these wires, stick the airbox back in, and I think I can call that little project done. And with that, I can finally put the bumper cover on for good, and then we can get this thing test driven. So I'm going to get started on that now. Alright, everything's buttoned back up, bumper's back on, grill's in place, everything's done. I want to make sure that horn still works and that I didn't knock any of the wires loose. So let's see what it sounds like. I think it turned out nice. I kind of like that look. Definitely got rid of the bucktooth look with the license plate on the front. So looking forward to this. So it turned out decent. I don't know if we'll be able to see the horn. The horn is just to the left. Get a better light on it. Yeah. Now the horn is too far to the left. Can't really see it. I like that intercooler in there though. It might be neater if it was, might look a little bit cooler if it was silver. But I get why it's black. Can't really see much of anything behind that grill, even with all the holes. So that looks sharp. I like that. Thanks for hanging with me through another one. This one was fun, pretty straightforward, but I like the way it turned out. Yeah, so that's going to do it for this video. Please, if you liked what you saw, hit that subscribe and notification bell for me. That would really help me out trying to get this channel off the ground. As far as what's coming next, I'm going to get started on some maintenance items on that Kia behind me. You know, nothing big. Oil change and filters and such, and a good wash after a 2,400-mile road trip that the family and I just took in it. So we'll go through that and talk about some of the plans I got for that coming up this summer as well. So stay tuned. Thanks much.